elected officials and delegates, and I believe we only have one here this evening, and that's our Education Foundation President, Mr. Gavrlos.
Thank you for recognizing our education. You've been listening to me for the last year.
We always listen to you.
And I just, before I start, I want to comment, it's glad to hear that Del Prado completed the roof repair. I want to dispel the myth that a certain former director of Boca Helping Hands drove the truck into the overhang 3 years ago while picking up canned goods. There's absolutely no truth to that rumor, and I can neither confirm nor deny that I was the one driving the truck that day. As we reach the end of the first semester, dear colleagues, I'd like to just share with you some numbers on a couple of different projects. At our Red Apple Supply Store, as we conclude the first semester of teacher shopping, I want to give you a comparison with last year. Last year, at the end of the first semester, we had 214 teachers who had shopped, receiving $128,684 worth of school supplies. As we conclude this first semester, I can happily tell you the number of teachers who have shopped has grown to 374, and the amount of school supplies we've passed out is $182,845, an increase of almost 44%. And it actually gets even better. There are still 38 teachers who have yet to shop. They'll be shopping throughout this week and through Saturday. The average teacher leaves Red Apple Supply with roughly $488 of school supplies, which means that as we conclude the first semester, we will have distributed just over $200,000 of school supplies to our heroic and amazing Palm Beach County teachers, putting us right on track to reach our target goal this year of distributing $400,000 in school supplies. I want to congratulate all of the team over there at Red Apple Supply and our amazing volunteers who have worked over 1,000 hours this year. The second thing, absolutely.
Thank you.
The second thing I'd like to share tonight is we're going to do what we love to do at Your Education Foundation, give money away. Tomorrow morning at the Principals Leadership Academy, we will be passing out $4,750 to the 7 schools that were the winning schools at our November 3rd Heroes in Education 5K road race. In addition to staff from the Education Foundation, our business partners. Again, this is what we do. We bring the business community to support you, your schools, your principals, and your teachers. Our partners from Gunster, RSM, Comcast, United Healthcare, and MedExpress will be on hand to personally award checks to the principals from the winning schools. Again, tomorrow morning, a number of principals will go home, a total of $4,750 richer. The final thing I wish to share with you tonight, the brand new license plate is in and is now available. We actually were on TV this morning. WPTV did a feature on the new license plate, encouraging our fellow citizens of Palm Beach County, as you have heard me say in the past few months, of all the specialty license plate offered by the state of Florida, only the education plate keeps the funds locally. Every license plate that registers in Palm Beach County with the education license plate, those funds come to the Education Foundation and go directly out to support our teacher programs. To remind you, we use that license plate money to fund our Go Teach grants. This year we were able to increase our Go Teach grants to award 61 individual grants to teachers totaling over $63,000. So it's this community coming together to support education. Ladies and gentlemen, with our growth in Red Apple Supply, our continued growth to help our principals, our growth in our Go Teachers program, we continue to be Your Education Foundation, serving the needs of the schools, teachers, and students in the finest school district in the state of Florida. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We have one agenda item speaker, Ellen Baker. Please come up to the table.
Good evening. I'm so happy to see Mr. Barbieri back as the chair. I'm Ellen Baker, an ESC teacher at William T. Dwyer High School, and I'm speaking on P2 because I'm on the out-of-field list again. I'm going to read to you the part of the contract, the collective bargaining agreement that speaks to out-of-field positions. And it's Article 3, Section C, Paragraph 2. And it says, an employee shall not be assigned to a grade level and or subject area that is not within the scope of his or her certificate except in extenuating circumstances and with the specific approval of such an out-of-field assignment by the Chief of Human Resources. The Chief of Human Resources shall inform the association in writing each time an employee is given an out-of-field assignment. The parties agree that all efforts will be taken to avoid an out-of-field assignment without the affected employee's consent. Any employee who has an out-of-field assignment shall not suffer a contract termination or non-reappointment by virtue of being assigned out-of-field. An employee who was assigned out-of-field for more than one period shall not remain assigned to an out-of-field assignment for more than one school year or partial school year without his or her consent. So here I am. I'm a ESC certified teacher in varying exceptionalities. I'm highly qualified, 5 through 9 in English and science. So I cover 3 critical shortage areas. There aren't extenuating circumstances, as I'll outline. I just want to go back a minute. So there are 17 teachers, including me, at Dwyer High School that are out of field. That represents 13.57% of the total faculty. 9 of them, like me, are ESC teachers, and that represents 36.84% of the out-of-field teachers. So the students that generate the most money, have the greatest needs, have the most out-of-field teachers. I think, and that figure is 3 times the percentage of out-of-field teachers in the county, which is around 10%, according to the bulletin. So the fact that there aren't extenuating circumstances, and I did not give consent to have this, this out-of-field position gives me 10 preps. So without it, I would have 9 preps. Unfortunately, as a secondary ESC teacher, there's something in the contract that allows a secondary ESC teacher to have more than a gen ed teacher, which only they get 2 distinct academic fields and more than 3 distinct preps. I'm out of time. Thank you.
Thank you. Board members, do you have anything to pull from the consent agenda?